Moving on, at least 17 people were killed and over 20 others sustained injuries when a gas pipeline exploded in Abule Ado area in Lagos. Just Nigeria's Abayomi Adisa has been to the community to count the cost of the incident and its impact on the people.
This is not a war zone. It's the community torn apart by a massive explosion. It's still unclear what caused it, but the devastation is clear. Until the morning of the blast, Emmanuel was a homeowner, but now he still can't get out of the shock of losing almost everything. His property is a few meters away from the site of the explosion. Hopeless and in great despair, he's trying to salvage what is left.
Currently, what I'm wearing here, I borrowed. I only have what I wore to church yesterday. That's what I have with my family. What my wife and children wore to church is only what we wore. My vehicle that was here has been towed out. It was disfigured beyond recognition.
He says his neighbor lost even more.
My neighbor here lost 3 of his children. He lost the only son with a wife newly married without children and one of the sisters. So I just want to thank God I didn't lose anybody. I would have lost somebody. The person was badly injured. He was rushed to the hospital. He was discharged this morning with 9 stitches.
Like Emmanuel, Rita is trying to move out what is left of her house. She said the last 24 hours have been a nightmare.
For 2 days now, I've not taken my bed. Yesterday and today, I've not had my bed. I've not eaten. So just like that. We've been busy since morning. Since yesterday, even when we slept outside.
Miriam and her husband are retirees. She says losing her property is like the end of the road for our family.
Where we go start, we don't know. May government help us. Where we go from start? Now only our hope will be this. We not get another place. Even to pay house rentage for Lagos now, it's not easy. I don't know where we want from start. May they help us.
Every street within the radius of the explosion is badly hit. The extent of damage here is quite mind-blowing, as against the official figure that says only 50 buildings were touched by the blast. I personally have counted 100 buildings, and of course the residents here who I spoke with, they told me that buildings that were affected are actually more than 400. Their roofs are blown up, some collapsed, and some actually caught fire. To some people, they are saying that this is a nightmare they might never come out of. This is what is left of Bethlehem Girls College, another facility left in ruins. Reports say the school principal was not among those who survived the explosion. The administrative block, a block of classrooms, an auditorium and refectory were all lost to the blast. These footprints give an idea of the kind of scamper that happened here. The building behind me here is the hostel where all the 268 pupils of this school where they lived. We learned that as at the time of the explosion, though they were not in their hostel, they were at the refectory where they were gathering for morning prayers. But luckily for them, they were quick to spot the black smoke that they said was coming out from their gate, and immediately they evacuated. But then, for them to make it all out alive, the school management and some of their neighbors came to actually break down a part of the fence there so that all 268 students can be safely evacuated from here. We learned that some of their teachers also were part of the whole process. And of course, a few of the students sustained injuries. But the school, though has refused to speak to us officially, they said nobody died. We met some parents, but they were too shocked to speak to us. With rescue operations ongoing, Paul hopes his brother, a father of 3 children, would be pulled out of the rubble. Until the explosion, he worked here as a security officer.
I went to his house. I thought that he escaped this incident. So on getting home, I saw the wife. The wife was, I don't know how to console her. In fact, she wanted to come here by herself to find out. I said, no, don't worry, I will be able to find solution. Everybody's in turmoil, agony. It's a very painful thing. If we'll be able to see his body, we'll know what to do.
The puzzle that is yet unsolved is what caused the explosion. Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, says the incident was a result of a gas explosion triggered by a truck which ate stacked gas cylinders. But this traditional leader thinks otherwise.
This has never happened before. People are saying it was the pipeline. I want to say it wasn't the pipeline. What happened here is beyond pipeline or gas explosion.
But preliminary investigation shows us that there was an explosion that ruptured the pipeline and it went out in flames. And the impact was very dastardly to the extent that buildings were brought down.
Meanwhile, Lagos state authorities have begun an investigation to uncover what really happened. As residents continue to count the cost, Paul and his family are still searching for their loved one. Abayomi Adisa, Gist Nigeria.
Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone involved in that sad incident. Still ahead here on Gist Nigeria from the BBC and Channels TV. Experts warn on the health risks of children waking up too early for school. Stay with us for that story.